All right, guys, so we're going to go through this review together. You should have spent the first half working through this yourself, so this will be you kind of checking your answers and taking any notes that you need to take just to help you study tonight for the test tomorrow. Yes, there will be a test tomorrow. Study. So number one, the graph below shows a dashed line on a coordinate plane. A right triangle is shown so that its longest side lies on the dashed line. Remember, when you have two different triangles and they share the same their hypotenuse shares the same line, that means they're going to have the same slope. If they're on the same line, they're going to have the same slope. So we don't have another triangle on this line, so what we're going to have to do is figure out the slope between these 2 points and then find that slope in one of these triangles. So we're going to have to find the slope of all of these also and see which one matches this. So the first thing we can do is we can label these. We want to label them. It doesn't really matter how you label them. I'm just going to start here since it's the farthest to the left. It's always X and Y. Since this is the first set, it's going to be X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Remember, when you're solving between 2 points, your formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So my y2 is -1, and my y1 is -12. So -1 minus -12. And then I've got my x2, which was -2, minus x1, which was -7. Okay, my negatives cancel out, and you can put this in the calculator. So -1 minus -12, -2 minus -7. So this is going to give me 11 over 5. So 11 over 5 is my slope. I can't reduce it down any more than that. So this is what I'm looking for. Which right triangle has a hypotenuse, so that means the longest side across from the right angle, with a slope that would lie on the dashed line shown? So we're looking for the same slope. So same thing here. It doesn't matter how you label them, but x1, y1, x2, y2. Using the same formula, y2 is 2 minus y1, which is 4. x2 was 0 minus 1. So that's going to give me -2 over -1, which would reduce down to just 2. Well, does that match? No, not the same slope. And again, x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'll have 3 minus 8 over 2 minus 9. Which is going to give me -5 over -7. My negatives cancel out, but that still just leaves me with 5 over 7. Not the same slope. So then C, same thing. Label these every single time. So y2 is 3 minus y1, which was 14, over x2, which was 1, minus x1, which was 6. So that gives me -11 over -5, which would cancel those negatives out. That would give me 11 over 5. Is that the same? Yes. So I'm going to put a star. Just for safety's sake, we'll check D. x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'll have 2 minus 4 over 3 minus 6. Should equal -2 over -3. Not the same. C is my answer. Number 2, find the slope of the line that passes through F, 2, 4, and G, -3, -6. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is the formula we need to use. So again, we'll label them. So I want to have x1, y1, since this is my first set, and you always label them x and y. So then x2, y2. So I'm going to have y2 was -6 minus y1, which was 4, over x2, which was -3, minus x1, which was 2. So that's going to give me -6 minus 4, sorry, -10 over -3 minus 2, -5. So then my negatives cancel out, or if you put it in your calculator, -10 divided by -5, and it would give you a +2. There we go. Found it. D. Number 3, a ladder rises 30 feet for every horizontal change of 5 feet. What is the slope of the ladder? Remember that slope, there's a lot of different names for slope, but it's the rise over the run. So if this says a ladder rises 30 feet, so my rise was 30, and it runs, or it goes horizontally 5 feet. Remember, rise, it's just your vertical, run is your horizontal. So it rises 30, runs 5, 30 over 5, but I can reduce that down or divide it basically. 30 divided by 5 would be 6. And that's an answer choice. Thank goodness. So 3 is B. Okay, on the back, number 4, which equation is an equation of the line with a slope of -3 and a y-intercept of 10? So remember, slope, when we're talking about y equals mx plus b, that's what it's talking about. It's wanting this equation. So your slope is your m. Your y-intercept is your b. So if I'm going to plug this in, it should look like y equals -3 plus 10. Oh, -3x. Don't forget the x. So then I just need to come and look and see which one of these matches it. Ah, there it is, B. Hello. Then number 5, triangle A, C, and B. So I was talking about this one. And CED. So then CED are similar right triangles that have been drawn on the graphs. That means they're proportional to each other. The hypotenuse, so the side that's across from the right angle, the longest side, both of their hypotenuses are lying on the same line. So what do we know? If they're on the same line, same slope. Okay, and their hypotenuses, so the longest side. They're on the same line, they're going to have the same slope. So based on the information, which of the following is not true? Something that is not true. So A says a right triangle with hypotenuse AE. So AE would be this whole thing. So a right triangle with hypotenuse A to E has the same slopes as the hypotenuse CED. So if they were to draw another triangle basically, would it have the same slope? Yes, because it would be on the same line. But we're looking for something that's not true. So I'm going to mark out A. B, the slope of the hypotenuse CED, so this one, is less than the slope of the hypotenuse ACB. What have we been saying? If they have this hypotenuse on the same line, they have the same slope. So could one of the slopes be less than the other one? No, that's not true, so maybe that's my answer. And then CM, or the slope of CE, talking about this one, 20 minus 60. So that would be y2 minus y1. So is that a y value for C to E? So 20 minus 60, that would work. And then is this an x2 and an x for C and E? So I'll have 12 and 8. Good. Looks good. So that would be true. And if A to C had the same slope, that would be true. D, the slope of the hypotenuse CED is the same slope of the hypotenuse ACB. Well, yep, that is true. So that can't be my answer. I needed something not true. B.